All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. I'm gonna allow a few more people to come and be with us in here because obviously this is a pretty in-depth subject that we need to touch bases on. And so, with that being said, we're gonna let folks get in here. Make sure you do share it out. All right. All right. Shalom, shalom, brother McNabb. I'm just checking it out as we get people coming in. We're gonna go in a little bit. I don't want to be long, but I think we got a clearer signal. Brother Daniel, shalom, shalom, my brother. What's going on, Elder? Shalom, shalom. Love you. I'll be seeing you soon, y'all willing, down in Florida. All right, they're coming in. Shalom, shalom. We'll be getting started here in a few more minutes. I'm gonna allow some more folks to come in because I want to make sure that I hit the bulk of everything while we're in flow, while we're rolling. All right. All right. So we got about 17 people in. Everybody else that come in can hear it at a later time. But, I do want to come to us in value of all the things that's taking place, on the internet with what's happening in Atlanta right now, the George Floyd situation. We have that event that's going on. And then, we have it where, even in the conversation I had this morning, I was asked about some posts that address whether or not George Floyd was real or this or that. I haven't looked into it. I've seen things that said that George Floyd had died 2 years ago. But there's things surrounding all of that we need to make sure we address because what we got to stay with is the book, and the book gives us, a prophetic outlook. That's the whole purpose of Yah leaving his word. It was for our edification. It was for us to be able to come into this way and gain the wisdom and knowledge on how to be his people in the time that we were going to be living in. And guess what? We're living in this time, and the time of the last days was prophesied about. So we're seeing things that's happening that I don't know if people truly understand. And so we're going to touch a few issues today just to come back on where we were yesterday concerning the issue of, white and black. And let me clarify this. The issue of white and black ain't white against black, more so than it is that there is a issue with white versus black. There is, so we don't want to downplay and say that it's not, because it is. Like I stated yesterday, because of my black skin, I've had several experiences. And it may be black people that may not have had any. There may be white people that have had, racial experiences. But what we got to understand is that when it comes down to this book, there's a nation of people that they were told that was lost. All right. And these people are not lost. Oh, hallelujah. Bless you, elder. Bless you. And so, I don't know, what people are looking at, what people think. See, when it comes down to us understanding, when he said the lost sheep of the house of Israel, well, guess what? They were lost according to knowledge, but they weren't lost because they wasn't on the earth. See, that's where we had been, it's like, history presented it as if the lost sheep of the house of Israel had disappeared. We didn't disappear. Yah said we was going to be scattered in the land of our enemies. And that's why I want to make sure that we read that and get some understanding on that, because that's what it's about. See, when you can, see, this is what you got to look at when I take just that whole notion about being lost. Why is it that you've maxed out your efforts to not give any credit to the person of color in history books, in schools? Why? Why is it? Okay, again, why is it that we didn't know about all the inventions and the patents that were made? Why haven't we been able to correlate that the Native Americans was of dark skin, and that there is some correlation with them being of the tribes of Israel in this country, when they have found artifacts among the Native American dwellings that had Hebrew writings on them? So we start to put a lot of these things together. Why have we hidden all of these things? Well, guess what? Yah, that's exactly it. Yah said he refers to his people as his hidden ones. And so when I look at that, see, all this stuff makes sense to me without it taking a blood test, without me taking a long drawn out process to go through some investigative measures for that to just resonate in my heart in plain sight, because of what we see. That's what's going on. And so this is number one. This is what this video attempt is about. See, regardless of what's going on, I know a lot of you all share the same thought and the same heart and mind as I share, when it comes down to this. Because see, first of all, know this: it's never been a issue with me and white people. Meaning, there's never been a issue of whether or not can I get along, or whether or not I like or love, or whether or not I hate, white people. That ain't it. Because look, I can show you a text message yesterday, and I believe this came forward because, all right, this is from a white guy, all right, from Lucedale, Mississippi, all right. I ain't never been to Lucedale, Mississippi. I ain't never heard of it until Jeremy Howard said that. He said, "Hey, boy, I'm from Lucedale, Mississippi." So I ain't never heard of it until he said it. But reason why their text message is near and dear, because Jeremy reached out yesterday. He and his wife, Carmen, they were from a church that me and Sister Gabby went to, and it was an all-white church. And guess what? Jeremy knew. So when I found out that I was an Israelite, then guess what? I came to Jeremy and said, "Look, we ain't coming here no more, because guess what? We found out we supposed to be keeping the Sabbath. We found out that we Israelites." Well, and he said, "Well, boy, who is Who's better than Pastor Steve Gray? I say, well, I'll tell you what I'm hearing out of this Pastor Charles, who is Pastor Charles guy? I said, brother, I can send you all the links. But this guy, this when I first found Straightway, I said, this guy is laying in truth. I said, this guy is laying it out. And I said, you know, whether you can receive it or not, then it's on you. But I know it's the truth. And I said, I guarantee you, we're going to cross paths again, and you're going to understand. And guess what? We're crossing paths again. And guess what? I'm no longer Corey or Brother Corey, but I'm Pastor Corey, and have the fruits of showing that the Messiah is working with me. You see, you get what I'm saying? And so in that, then we able to now sit down, because guess what? That's where Sister Gabby had received healing when she went months without being able to eat, months with just losing weight, going from 127 pounds down to 89 pounds and going. I'm sleeping on the floor in the emergency room with Demore and Gabe, wondering who in the hell is going to help me. I don't understand what's going on. Why do we have to go through this? But the Most High was molding and shaping us in the mindset of understanding who He is and who He wanted us to come into the knowledge of who He was. And so, but guess what? Jeremy and I, we sat down and we talked about a lot of things. And we had some disagreements. But guess what? I'm standing on what I'm standing on, and I'm still standing on it. We had that disagreement, but guess what? You reached out to me yesterday and sent that. So you and your wife were sitting down and y'all was thinking of us. Well, guess what? A lot of stuff is going on in the country. And guess what? That I didn't have no hate in me. I showed you love. And I'm going to still show love. My desire is that I live peaceable among all men. So this is why I want y'all to understand that everything that's happening right now, that don't try to post nothing to ease minds, to ease people on where they stands need to be, because this is what has to happen. So I'm getting ready to read a few things so that all of us can come into the understanding about how this is working. First of all, we understand all of this is biblical. All right. And so then know this about Israel. I'm going to read this about Israel. All right. So this is Leviticus chapter 26. And this is verse 38. It says, and ye shall perish among the heathen. Now let's pause right there. See, one thing that people have not done that I know that I wanted to make sure when we was looking at this thing, because one issue is that people want to continually deal with race, but Yah deals with nations. And so I wanted to make sure that I understood it, because even in looking at that word in Genesis 9:27 about enlarge, there's also another enlarge in Jeremiah, and it don't mean the same thing. All right. And he didn't. He did not have the same meaning for enlarge in there. And so in that, what you got to understand is that the enlarge in Genesis 9:27 talks about enlarging and increasing in a sinister way. All right. Enlarging in a sinister way, to deceive, to make foolish. So when we talk about heathens, Gentiles, Isles, coastlands, the northerners, like it say in the JPS Tanakh, then we know, if we look at the scattering or the placement of the sons of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, we know that the northerners were considered those that was up in the north country by the Caucasus Mountains. All right, that's what That's what we forget. The Father talking about, and you shall perish among the heathens, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. What are we talking about? Then what are we talking about? See, we can't get away from the land of our enemies is going to eat us up. Ain't no way around it. And so the whole thing is that I'm not getting ready to go out and just go shoot up houses and this and that. And I'm not getting ready to go out and hold up two fingers and cursing folks out because I got something heavy on my heart. No, because I know the righteous indignation that I'm going to read right here. I'm getting ready to read the Yah is getting ready to come. But you not getting ready to downplay all the pain and suffering I went through, because guess what? You don't know how it feel. I promise you don't know how it feel. You don't know the deep hurt. You don't know the rejection and the things, the deliverance that's needed of Yah's people. I look at it. I got I got another guy that's in Springfield, that's waking up in Springfield, Missouri. Another one of my guys that, and I was talking about this. Matter of fact, I think I told him, I said, Joe, I want to do a live with you this week, bro, because I just want to just go all the way in, because I want people to understand, because I know you. You grew up with me. Me and you ran up and down the streets. The 4th of July shooting that happened right in front of our house, you, T, all of us were standing outside together. So you know me. I know you. So I know you ain't making this up. But because you had a record in the past, see, it ain't like when you come into the way, when the Most High Yah desire you to come into repentance, and then he allow you to turn away from them things, and then he forget your sins as far as the east is from the west. See, the system is unjust. That's why the kingdoms of this world will become the kingdoms of our master, Jesus Yahshua HaMashiach, so that true justice can be distributed for all who will come up under it. See, so my desire is that, guess what? My land is over here, and I'm going to do according to my people. Your land be over there. And you do according to yours. That's why Yah said, come out. So guess what? Because you got sins and things you're going to partake in, and I've seen, people I went to school with, they applaud LGBTQ and all these other things that is not right in the sight of our Heavenly Father. And so guess what? Then be who you gonna be. But in our nation and among our people, guess what? Them things was destroyed. So when I see things like Joe was telling me that you even had a police chief look up and tell you himself that, you know what, young man, out of all the people that have been pulled over here in this city, you've been pulled over the most and not have been arrested not one of them times. So what do that tell you? What do it tell you? I mean, this is a real event. This is a real person that I'm ministering to, that he's starting to listen and hear, because guess what? You wondering the same thing. Why do these things keep happening to me? That's the same thing I said. Why do these things keep happening to me? And that brought me to the realization that, guess what? Hold up. I've been seeing this hate my whole life. See, that's what we got to understand. Because see, how can you see? Look, the word says that your enemies shall hate you. They was going to hate you. He was going to scatter you among them that hate you. So we can't downplay the hate. We have a way we got to deal with it according to the word. And so right now, this is the best opportunity for us, you, me, no matter what color your skin is to minister to the lost sheep of the house of Yisrael. If you applaud that, give me a 7. I mean, if you think that that's on spot on, give me a 7. If you don't, give me a 0. You know what I mean? It don't matter. It don't matter to me, but guess what? That's what it need to be. I'm telling you, because this is the best time to do it. I'm not getting ready to shy away, because I got people calling. They coming in. I got my sister asking questions. A lot of people are asking these questions. What do you think is going on? Why do this keep happening to us? Because Yah is allowing this to go on. See, living peaceable don't mean that I gotta be a sorry ass nigga. That I gotta go tuck my tail. See, guess what? What if you saw your enemy's ox run away and it come in your yard? What do the words say? Shoot it, kill it, eat it? Or do it desire that you return your enemy's property to him? Well, guess what? That's peaceable. See, that's it. That's because guess what? If I eat it and kill it, then I start a war. See, and so when I look at these folks that have worn hate and they have been used as a instrument of hate, they don't know where they are biblically according to what's in the book. See, I want to show you something. So knowing that the Most High Yah said he was going to scatter us among our enemies, where we're going to be left few in number. All right? And where the land of our enemies is what was going to eat us up. You got to understand that here is the end of all things, in case you don't understand, in case you are out there and you have not grasped where the Most High Yah is taking his people. Let me read this to you right here. Out of this is out of Isaiah. All right. Chapter 49. And this is verse 22 and 23. All right. It says, thus says Yahweh Elohim, I will soon lift up my hand to the nations. He's going to do that because his people is scattered among the nations. And raise my signal to the peoples. And they shall bring. They shall bring. They shall bring. You see why I said a long time ago when you know, in some of them old teachings that we don't need a passport. We don't need a passport to get back to the land. Y'all got everything orchestrated from drying up, you know, the streams, smite it, and drying it up that they shall cross over on dry shod to them. They shall bring. See, I'm going to stand on this. These are things when my people come ask me, when you come ask me, what's happening to, what should we do? Do we need to go load up with ARs and go shoot up the White House? Hell no. Sit down. Sit your ass down so I can talk to you and talk some truth to you about what's really going on. Because see, guess what? See, people out here don't understand. You forgot about the grafting in. You forgot about being a wild olive tree. You forgot. You don't get it. So this right here, you don't understand when it says they. See, that's somebody's people. Who is they? That is somebody's people. And they shall bring your sons in their bosoms, and your daughters shall be carried on their shoulders. There, who is that? That's another nation other than Israel. See, that's happening. That's going to happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking, I'm watching. Man, the word is being made alive and is being refreshed in the hearts of the people that belong to the Most High Yah. So when I look, and I'm going to finish reading, but when I look out and I see these things that's happening in Atlanta, the things that happened in St. Louis with Mike Brown and all of these things, guess what? I know there's a lot of things out here that's perpetuating, that's trying to perpetuate a race war and all those things. Yeah, that's what's going on. It is. But the fact of the matter is that we got to stand firm on understand. You got to stand with what I just said. You got to be able to read this and say they, just like I'm saying. You got to stand with me knowing that my people was brought into this country and they were made to serve in hard bondage. They were made to build this country behind whips and chains and yokes of iron behind their neck, bound around their neck. So listen to this. Now, this is what I want to point out in 22. Kings shall be your foster fathers. Who is kings? Because according to history right now, in all the books that you give us in school, we didn't see no black kings. Well, right now, it seems like it ain't no black kings right now nowhere, because it's never in the news, it's never in the headlines, it's never nothing. So listen to what I'm saying. Listen to the reasoning. It's saying kings. See, so who is ruling the earth? Who has all the riches? Who has all y'all gold and silver stored up in their temples? Who is the elitist? Who making all the decisions for the whole wide world? See, these people, these are the people that Yah is referring to. And their queens, your nursing mothers, with their faces to the ground, they shall bow down to you and lick the dust of your feet. Then, Yah say, then you will know that I am Yahweh. Those who wait for me shall not be put to shame. So see, I just wanted to read that right there and leave it there because that's important. That's profound. See, when I talk to a guy like Joe down in Springfield, that I know you're coming up. I know where you've been. You know where I've been. Now you hear me on the internet, preaching. You see I'm tied to a ministry that preaches truth. And then you hear what our answers are about what's going on versus just the standard. Because see, guess what? He and I, both Joe marched in the May Day parade with us. Well, we had on all black. And we was carrying the red, black, and green flag with black lokes on, black shades, had black tam on, yellow Black Panthers patch on my shoulder, all black boots, all black everything. You marched because we thought that was our way of getting rid of gang violence in the hood. We thought that was our way of standing up against all the killings that was taking place. We thought that was our way of standing against white supremacy. That wasn't it. It was the Most High. And it was this truth. So now when I drop something like this on your ears, you're like, wait a minute. When I tell you about the nations who see, I can say this to him and say, the nations that oppress. See, watch this. Let me turn here. See, when you got somebody that their ears just gonna be perked up because of things like this. They just gonna perk up and hear, especially in a time like this, because I'm ministering truth. Because guess what? I'm gonna inquire of who in the town is worthy. Because guess what? I'm gonna plant a seed, and guess what? If the seed get watered and get thoroughly furnished by the Most High Yah, then guess what? It's going to produce fruit. See, I ain't talking, I stay in the book because I done already been outside the book. I done lived my whole life outside the book, running up down the streets with them. I done already done it. But watch this. This is Isaiah 14. But Yahweh will have compassion on Jacob and will again choose Israel and will set them in their own land, and the aliens will join them and attach themselves to the house of Jacob, and the nations will take them and bring them to their place. So we right back there again. Look at this. You're gonna bring us to our place. You're You can't get away from what y'all doing. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so amazing watching this whole thing roll out. Because guess what? See, no matter what they do, that's why I don't care what it is. I don't, see, don't get me wrong. I care what happens when I can continue to see the things that have happened to me continue to happen. See, I care from that standpoint. Because it's like, boy, y'all don't even understand. See, but I don't care that you're going to continue to do it, because you're not going to stop. God going to still come up. Even in the end, after the 1,000-year reign, the Gentiles still going to try to come up to the place of unwalled cities and try to think you're going to come and overtake y'all's people. So it ain't going to stop. That's how you know where we at, because this is one of the signs of enlarge, increase. You're going to continue and continue and continue to tear down y'all's people. They don't know they y'all's people. They don't know that. But it's your job, if you white and you in this ministry, or you say you are Israelite and you are in the way of truth and life, it's your job to make sure you got to go discuss this. You got to tell this to your white counterparts. You got to tell this to the white people that you sit and eat dinner with. Because the word said, proclaim ye this to the Gentiles. So if you're in Israel, and you're other nations, you're the Isles, you're a coastland, you're a Gentile. You can quit giving these soft cotton candy, them old fluffy ass messages we be giving. They don't have nothing. They don't do nothing. It ain't doing nothing for restoration. It ain't raising up for people. What I'm doing, what I'm sitting there telling, I don't care if you white, you black, I'm going to tell you this. And guess what? I done told it to Jeremy. And guess what? You text me, you want to sit down again, I'm going to tell it to you again. I'm saying, Jeremy, look at this. Look what's going on. Tell me that ain't true. So I ain't got to twist your arm. I ain't got to make you do nothing. You better understand what y'all doing. Listen to it. And the nations will take them of Israel. And the nations will take them and bring them to their places. And the house of Israel will possess the nations as male and female slaves in Yahweh's land. And they will take captive those who were their captors and rule over those who oppressed them. You hear that? Those who. So what do you see then? What do you see? See, no matter no matter how we want to do it, the oppression is what you can't get rid of. The oppression is what you can't get away from. See, Yah is big on that. See, when they hear that, when I talk that to them, to the guys that I know that grew up with me, that we know how hard it was, how crazy it was, not going to bed at night some nights because we had nothing to eat. Growing up there, I didn't ask to grow up down there. While you sitting up, see, Yah said, woe to the nations, them that are at ease. See, I didn't grow up at ease. See, I didn't have a Ferrari and BMWs parked out front of my house. I didn't grow up at ease. I grew up wondering what night I was going to die, running up and down St. Louis Avenue in Marcus. See, you got to understand, people are hurt. We hurt because we had to grow up like that. We hurt because we want to know when the hell is all of this going to change? And then guess what? The answer in the book, you said you're going to possess them. You're going to possess them. Them that oppressed you. Them that oppressed my grandma and my great-grandma, my grandfather, my uncles. Them that oppressed my people. It's right there in the book. So, if anything that I want to see people out. I want to see you firm as I am. Show this damn video. Make your own. You make your testimony off this video, and you go tell somebody. You use these scriptures right here, and you proclaim this. See, ain't nobody getting lost. Nobody's lost. See, it's hard to get lost when you hurt, when you've been hurt, and you've been oppressed for a long time. It's hard to get lost. See, because that's why it's like right now I'm watching how I'm dropping stuff with people. They sucking it up. I mean, just sucking it up just like a vacuum. I'm dropping it in there, bam, and all it is just word. I ain't mixing it with nothing. I ain't trying to twist your arm, make sure you get it, make sure you understand what I'm saying. No, I'm giving it to you how it's written, and I'm showing you. And then when I go show you where, okay, the nations, who is y'all talking about? Who he refers to the nations? He referred to Gentiles. Let's go see where the Gentiles at. They placed an origin after the flood. Was from Japhet, and they was up around the Caucasus Mountains, here in Cappadocia, and in Italia, in all of these places up here. I'm showing them. So let's quit tap dancing around the subjects, and let's live according to this. Right now is y'all time, y'all showing. So this is the time where the house of Jacob, the lost sheep, get a chance to wake up, the dry bones get a chance to hear the word that was being prophesied in the wind. Rise up. It's time for us to rise up and take our places. But we ain't got to go take it by going down there. We doing it. We getting prepared for the day. We getting prepared for the time. And in the midst of that, then we're going to speak truth. And we ain't going to downplay it. We ain't going to downplay what's happening with white and black. Because somebody got to hear somebody crying out so that they can come, so they can be taught about what's happening with white and black. That's why it's a white and black issue, because people, they tap dancing around what's going on. They tap dancing around what's been going on for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. They've been tap dancing around it. I ain't gonna tap dance around. I ain't gonna tap dance around shit. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Just like that. I know you ain't really heard Pastor Corey get down like this, but this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this type of deal. Because guess what? I promise you I'm a warrior. And I will go head on, bro. I go head on. This is what I do, man. I promise you. This is what I do. Straight up. So I'm just telling you, man, why we gonna play around. That's why, it ain't take a blind eye. I'm gonna beat Curtis. I'm gonna try to help, but when I see you ain't going in the way that y'all got this thing going, you can't be a community, and you can't be an all-white Israelite community and not give knowledge to or continual acknowledgement to what y'all is doing. See, preach Isaiah 14. Don't just preach Matthew and Mark and John and Luke. Preach Isaiah 14, because somebody is going to be slaves to his people. And not only that, but he said he's going to sell. See, the Grecians, guess what? The Grecians, all right, they took Yah's people and they were sold on the account of Sidon, all right? And here, matter of fact, let me just turn to it, because my mind is flowing and going, and I want to make sure I say it right. So I'm gonna make you be without excuse. I know people love having say, look, he ain't even saying it right. So guess what? I'm gonna make sure you be without excuse, because I want you to be able to leave out of this with everything you need, so you be thoroughly furnished, fully equipped to go out and say exactly what you need to say. All right. So it says, what are you? This is Joel chapter 3:4, verse 4 says, what are you to me, O Tyre and Sidon, and all the regions of Philistia? Are you paying me back for something? If you're paying me back, I will turn your deeds back on your own head swiftly and speedily. For you have taken my silver and my gold and have carried my rich treasures into your temples. You have sold the people of Judah and Jerusalem to the Greeks. And in the KJV, it says to the Grecians, removing them far from their borders. But now I will rouse them to leave the places to which you have sold them. See, look at this. See, look at these things. All these prophetic things. See, the rousing is what's going on. You look. See, this is what I was trying to tell people. I said, though I'm not going to be one that's going to go to Ghana, his people's being roused to leave. They're like, hell, we need to leave here. It's right in the book. So how you not going to preach it? They're being roused to leave the places where they've been scared to the places where they think is good. See, I ain't gonna go over there, then they put a big fence up around everybody, and they really got you. Because guess what? Look, if you paid attention in this, Sidon was one from the line and the seed, the Sidonians of Ham. Y'all getting on them because they helped sell. So I ain't gonna go there, but he's rousing them to leave the places where they're scattered. This is what's happening. So I'm just giving you some things. Because even in the end of that, it said, and so they're gonna be sold. Their children is gonna be sold. So see, I ain't leaving off of this. See, everybody come to me about white, black protests. Guess what? I'm finna feed you truth. I'm finna point you right here. This is what's happening. What else is happening? You decide. You tell me, and if it be true, and if it be something that is a consensus according to the word of Yah that's looked at by the leadership here, and the leadership said be good, then guess what? It's gonna be good. Because other than that, we ain't getting off of this. This is where we at. Man, y'all have a blessed day, man, from Straightway Ministries. I'm Pastor Corey. Shalom, shalom.